Hey guys, today we are going to learn to log in remotely into a system using SSH without password. So today we'll be going through a few things which are listed on the screen. Initially we'll start by modifying the password of the user, that is by using the psswd command. Second thing is that we disable the password login on SSH. So how can we disable password login? If you disable, obviously you won't be able to log in. So for this, what we'll be doing is that we'll be creating a public private key pair for SSH passwordless login. So the thing is that this is a concept of cryptography where a combination of public and private key pair are used to log in into the system. What we do is that we copy the public key to all the systems in the network in which we want to perform the passwordless login, and we keep the private key with ourselves. It's only with the authentic users who want to log in into that system. Once we use the private key to log in into that system, what the client computer does is it performs a combination of these two keys, and if a match occurs, it allows us to log in into that system. So today we'll start by enabling the password login for SSH. So I'll go by going into the SSHD config of the system. And as you can see below that there are two lines. One is the password authentication and the space yes, and this password authentication space no. So I remove the hash before the password authentication space yes, and I disable the password authentication equal to no. By this, what I've done is that I have enabled the password login for SSH right now. Parallelly, I would be enabling root login for SSH, that is by removing the hash before permit root login equal to yes. To reflect the changes what I've done in the SSHD config, I'll have to start the service, that is SSHD restart. Before checking the root login of SSH, I'll modify the password of root, that is by using psswd command. As you see, I have updated the password of root. Now I'll SSH into the local host itself, into the same computer. As you see, after typing in the password, I'm able to log in using root. To show you how the SSH responds, before we have enabled password login, what I'll do is I'll copy the same command SSH localhost and I'll perform that same node too, where I have not modified any configuration. As you see here, the permission denied has come. It means that the password has not been, the password login of SSH has not been enabled. As for now, I have enabled password login on all the three nodes, that is on node 2 and node 3, by performing the similar commands which I have done on node 1. As you see, I have been modifying the password of user by typing in the command psswd space user. I'm setting a new password for all the three machines. I'll be using this password to log in using SSH by using the password before copying the public key into the systems. So now starting to generate the public private key pair, I'll first go into the .ssh folder and check if there are any available keys. As you see the .ssh folder, there's nothing there right now. So to create the public private key pair, I'll type in ssh-keygen, and as you see, I'm creating a pair of the keys. Now if you see in the folder, two keys have been created. That one is id underscore rsa and one is id underscore rsa.pub. So RSA algorithm has been applied and the public and a private key has been created. The .pub is the public key which I'll be distributing it throughout the network, and ID underscore RSA is the private key which I'll keep for logging into whichever system I like. Before copying the public key over the network, I'm checking if node 1 is accessible or not. As you see, if they're asking for password, it means that it's accessible. After generation of the keys, the next step would be to copy the public ID over the host networks which I want to connect. So I can either manually copy it, or I can use a command, that is ssh-copy-id. -i stands for the input file which I want to give, that is the public key. So the folder will be .ssh/id underscore rsa.pub. Tilde stands for the home folder. I'm typing in the username and the host name. This is the particular command, as you can see. And now it asks me for the password. I type in the password of node 1, and as you see, the key has been copied. Similarly, I'm doing it for node 2 also. And parallelly, I'll be doing for node 3 too. Now on performing the command, what the system has done is it has copied the public key, that is id underscore rsa.pub, to the remote computer, that is node 1's .ssh directory, which is in user's home directory. So as you see, I'm going into user and I'll be going into the .ssh directory. You may find that an authorized underscore keys has been created. So what authorized underscore key contains is the public key of the public private key pair which I've generated. What this indicates is that the combination of private key of this particular public key which has been listed here is authorized to access this computer using SSH. So after copying the public key of the network, we'll have to start by using the private key. So for this, I'll be copying the id underscore RSA to my home folder where I can easily access it. So I'll be saving it as let's say private key.pem. PM stands for the format of this key, which you might not know, but I'm just telling it. Before using the private key for passwordless login, I'll have to change the permissions of the key which I have generated to 400. This will be giving only read permissions to the particular user which has modified it. As you can see, I'm using the -i parameter in the SSH command, which indicates the key. -i is the input key which I'm using, and then the username and the host name. As you can see, I've logged in into all the 3 nodes using this key without using any password. Parallelly, I have given the user sudo rights, passwordless sudo rights. That's the reason I'm able to do sudo su to get into the root terminal. So guys, this was the end of the tutorial. Hope you liked it. Please let me know if you have any sort of suggestions regarding the video, regarding any improvements which you need, regarding any explanations which you would like to know. And be sure to like and share the video and subscribe to the Amazing Admins channel.